Wow. First of all, Happy New Year, guys. I am coming to you right now from Karuna Atitlan. If you've been watching my videos, you know about this artist community. Beautiful place. This is actually where I've lived off and on for the past 3 years that I've been here at the lake. And I'm here now, and I actually have some pretty big news about Karuna that I want to share with you in this video. So stay tuned to hear my news. But I am coming back to making videos now. I took a little bit of a hiatus. I got locked out of my Facebook page again, which was, it was frustrating, but it was also like, all right, fine. I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to get upset about it. I'm not going to stress out, because the first time, so this is the second time, first time I got really stressed out. And this time I just kind of let it go. My family came, my mother, my sister, and my niece. They were here for a week. In fact, they were staying here at Karuna. They loved it. They had an amazing time. I think it was actually a pretty important experience for all of them. And I got to stay here at Karuna during that week also, which felt so good because I have my apartment down the mountain. We're still in the same valley, but it feels like being a world away. And so I was so excited to come back to Karuna and be able to, be here with my family and be with the community and just not have to leave. As I was spending time here, but I was leaving every night. I was getting in a tuk-tuk and I was going down the mountain, and that in itself was also a little stressful for different reasons. This is not a place where you really want to spend a lot of time out at night, and even just leaving was just, anyways. So in that time that I came back, I was feeling so good being here. And then my family left. I took them to Antigua. We had it was just a lot of energy. It was really intense. And so I got back and I was like, oh, I'm just not ready to leave. And so I had a deeper feeling, a deeper intuition that no, I'm really not ready to leave. I don't think I want to go back to my apartment. And I said to Luke, I don't I'm supposed to move out the next day. And I was like, Luke, I don't feel ready to go home. I want to stay here. And he said the most amazing thing you could ever hear. He said, you are home. You don't have to leave. And it's like, really? Yeah. So I've been feeling it out, and it's kind of crazy. This feels kind of crazy, but I'm feeling like I want to give up my apartment and come back to Karuna, and not just to Karuna, but my land, because I'm in the final stages. No. I'm probably 3 months away from my house being finished, that I can move in. Now, there's a lot that needs to happen. In fact, I just had a meeting with one of the project managers, and there's a lot of expense. There's a lot that needs to happen. I'm definitely, hey, choo-choo. I'm definitely feeling my hey. Ooh, Frank, what is it, Frank? Why are you so upset? Don't be upset, Frank. Hey, guys, it's just someone outside the fence. So I got Stella here. In fact, I'm sitting here with all the dogs. I got Miss Weepy. I have Stella. I got Coco Bear with his fancy tail. And Mr. Frank. Hi. Oh yeah. We just had a meeting here with Dijon, who maybe you've met in other videos. Ashley and Dijon are they're my team, helping me design and execute my house. Oh, thank you. Thanks for the kisses. So we were talking timelines, we're talking finances, and it feels like kind of big. It feels kind of scary, but it looks like I'm in the next 3 months having the expectation of moving into my house. So it looks like I am going to move out of my apartment and move back to Karuna, and then just start storing stuff, moving stuff to my land. And I have these plastic boxes. It's not ideal. We have the bodega. It's not finished, but I have a locked, safe space where I can start to put boxes of stuff. So I think I'm gonna just do that. I don't want to be alone in my apartment anymore. The apartment was great, and it was what I needed. And I just feel like, for me, one of my big resolutions for 2023 is I want to get better at really tuning into and communicating. What do I need? What do I need right now? From moment to moment. What I need now is not necessarily what I needed 3 or 4 months ago. When I moved into that apartment last November, so over a year ago, I needed my own place. I needed my own kitchen. I needed my own space. I I needed that space to like work on my things and, you know, get some things into motion and into gear. And now it feels like what I need is to be, supported and be surrounded by just good people. Especially, I find that, especially in these moments of life when we're going through big transitions, it's good to have that support, right? It's good to have that support so we don't feel alone, especially when we're moving from one big thing to the next. And that even reminds me of my journey with sobriety. Like when I was getting sober, I needed the 12-step program. I still need the 12-step program, but that was when it was so key, when I was really changing and really making some fundamental shifts in my life. I needed like a transitional team. I needed a support team. So I'm kind of even feeling that now, like needing the support of community as I'm, So I'm coming to you in this moment, definitely like feeling some fear about like, man, how am I going to pull this off? You know, really it's the finances, just looking at like how much more the house is going to cost, to be like, wow, that's a lot of money. I mean, not for America, but for here it is. And just recognizing like, okay, I'm writing a blog post right now upstairs. In fact, I gotta get back up there because I'm still down here for my meeting with Dijon. But I'm writing this blog post about how do you know, at this time of New Year when people are making resolutions and saying they want to change and step into new things, like how do we do that? Like what are some tips to making change? And like part of it is like the fear is going to come, right? The fear and the discomfort is going to arise as a function of going past our comfort zone, stretching our limits, you know, taking ourselves to new places, literally, figuratively, mentally, emotionally, you know, going beyond the known into the space of the unknown. Fears and discomfort and like uncomfortable feelings are going to arise inevitably as part of the process. And what do we do with those feelings? It's like, okay, I'm feeling afraid. I'm feeling some contraction. I feel like I'm being stretched in a way that's like, oh God, this feels like a lot. Oh God. So it's like, what do? We, okay, just like breathe with it. Breathe with it. Okay, I acknowledge that I'm feeling this feeling. I know this feeling is actually here to protect me, because like why do we have fear, right? The intention of fear is to protect us from, you know, jumping in front of the saber-toothed tiger. The fear is to protect us from doing something that might harm ourselves. But sometimes, you know, fear gone riot. Self-will run riot, fear run riot. Like it can block us from actually taking steps forward towards something that's for our highest good. So it's like, okay, acknowledge the fear. I know that you're here trying to protect me. I know that's what you were designed for. And I choose to step forward towards this thing. I may not know how exactly it's going to happen. I may not know how it's going to work, but I choose to step forward into the unknown with faith, with trust. And God, I'm calling on you. You know, and I said a little prayer, like after the meeting with Dijon just now. I'm like, okay, let me just, before I go anywhere, before I get back to my computer, before I get back to the next thing, I got to run to the land. When I do a video on the High Vibe Tribe, before I do any of that, I just need to like just sit with these feelings and just God, hey, I need your help. And I just heard in my mind, I heard an intuitive message, like, you will have everything you need. Like, just trust. Okay. So feel the feelings, feel the fear, but step forward in faith. Step forward in trust. And I think that's how the greatest people, the greatest leaders, the greatest characters of our stories and our times, that's how they've operated, you know. People who did great things, they had great challenges to overcome, they had great fears to overcome, they didn't know how they were going to do the thing, but they were able to take the next step in trust, take the next step in faith, you know. Oh, Frank. Yeah, Frank. Frank has been hanging out with me so much. He's such a good boy. I went to Antigua with my family. I only got one thing in Antigua. My family was buying all sorts of things. My sister got these boots, and at the leather shop, the boot shop, the only thing I got was a leather collar for Frank. And I put it on him. Do you see? Yeah, buddy. Do you see a leather collar on Frank? No, because he took it off. You took it off, Frank. You're too smart for your own good. You know how to take the collar off. You're a good boy. So smart. You're so big. Stella is so small and Frank is so big. Yeah, Frank. Yeah, Frank. So anyway, so that's where I'm at. So many blessings to you for your new year, and for what is it that you want to call in and shift, and what is calling you? What is the unknown? Maybe like the thing. What is stretching you? Is there something that's stretching you to believe in it? Is there something that feels exciting but also terrifying? Because I've heard that that's the thing that we should move towards. Like, what is the thing that both excites you and terrifies you? And take steps in faith towards that. Oh, Frank. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And hopefully my Facebook page is going to be back. And I'm going to do my best to also be more consistent now on YouTube and get back on the channels now that the holidays are over. So, all right. Love you. Bye. Oh, Frank. Yeah. Ooh.